Hello Sagittarius guys, welcome to your reading. This week we are doing your archetype energy. So we're looking at your current energy and your future energy. We're going to do that with archetype cards, energy oracle cards, and tarot cards. Yeah, that's what we're doing, guys. So I'm going to get started. There is a link at the top of the description for an extended if you are drawn to it, and then the extended I will look at the energy between your current and future. I suspect you will hear growling or barking. I don't know what's going on with my little dog Lily, but she's patrolling the house, jumping on all the beds to look out the windows because she's short, so she can't see our windows unless she's on a bed, and I can hear her already kind of growling. So don't take it personal. There was something out the window. Oh, that's a lot. You can't have, how do you have 4? Okay, I'm going to do this. You're getting 2 on each side. So so many here. Okay. For your current energy, for your current energy, you've got slave. The light attribute, though, like listen to what it is. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine for complete trust, with complete trust. This is you're in a very spiritual energy. And then you have the hermit. Seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. I feel really like you guys are really pulled away. Even when you're there, I feel like you're not there, kind of. Yeah. This is a very introspective energy. I have to say, I feel a little bit like you feel almost as if the universe is playing you like a puppet. I've looked at this card a few times, and it's the first time I've really seen this, like strings attached to her feet and her hands. And I'm feeling for you like you feel like you don't have a lot of control in something. Some aspect of your life here, like you don't have a lot of control. The only thing you really can do is just to surrender at this point, because you can't change or negotiate change towards something that you have no control over. But in a way, though, this is also causing you to seek solitude and focus intently on your inner life. This is serving your personal creativity, but I do feel like a little bit like there's something in your exterior life that is missing for you, or that you're feeling like you don't have power over. So the best way to sort of deal with it, to try to stay healthy, like in your mind, your spirit, is this hermit. You might be very creative right now. This hermit, he's kind of holding his coat or his jacket open, and this energy is radiating from his heart. Because it serves a personal creativity. You may be in a very creative, maybe with music, writing poetry. Which is funny because there is a card in this deck for the poet, but really, I'm going to pull, when we get to the tarot, I'm going to pull a card specifically out for the hermit. Because there's something that you're doing internally, but in some way you're trying to affect the external. So, your future energy, you have engineer and femme fatale. That's interesting. So here, I'll show you, and then I'll read to you what, let me share. You have the engineer and the femme fatale. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. It's almost like whatever you're doing in this Hermit here, whatever you're doing in that, it's going to come out on the other end in a very technical, I would describe it as like King of Swords energy. Very technical, very methodical. I don't often say it, but what this is reminding me of is the reading that Pisces got. You don't have to have any Pisces in your chart, but this is the kind of energy I feel like you're moving towards. And it was kind of like, what specifically was it called? It was tapping, like tapping into the Einstein energy or something, or the Einstein source. That's what this feels like in the future here. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression. That's what's going on here. I feel like you're tapping into something. You've had to release something in your physical world. So it's causing you to really go into yourself. But maybe even unbeknownst to you, you're going to come out on the other end here with an incredibly practical resolution to something. But then you have the femme fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Oh man, right? The Hermit's, something's going on with the Hermit's heart here. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Perhaps there's someone you want to be dependable to, or someone you would like to be dependable to you. There's something in your life that maybe you feel a little rejected in, or you feel a lack of control, but it's actually, this is causing your heart to open, your heart chakra to open, but it's also causing your mind to open. Your heart and your crown chakra are going to be opening up due to whatever energy you're going through right now. Really interesting. Now, before actually I pull cards out, because I have more of a, let me go to the Energy Oracle card. Maybe I'll get more information about this Hermit. But that's what's happening. The heart chakra is opening up. Check it out. Look at that split. The heart chakra and rest and rejuvenation, like meditation, Hermit. That's what it is. There's the answer. It's your heart chakra is opening up. You're releasing. There may be some sort of release of element of ego. But I feel like when something like this is happening and there's a release of ego on some level and the heart chakra is opening up, it's your deeper soul coming to the surface where perhaps before it was buried or hidden a bit. It was wounded in some way and now it comes out into the open. It's starting to come out. Let's see. The current energy. Current energy for Sagittarius. Current energy for Sagittarius. I feel like you're holding your cards close to your chest here. I do feel that. What do we have? Ooh, constraint and emptiness. Ah, look at that. Okay, so the card that came out here, financial constraints, maybe it is financial, maybe it's not, but it's definitely some sort of constraint, some sort of contraction. This is a big contraction with the Hermit, right? Like coming in on oneself, not feeling growth or expansion here. There's a contraction. Now look at the card that came out for your future. Look at the expansion. Look at all the possibilities. Yeah, because having your heart chakra and your crown chakra open is going to give you a boundless amount of opportunity here. That's a huge shift. Like a huge shift from feeling trapped, unable to move, constrained, contracted, even retracted, pulling things back in, to this expansion. Resolution. Ooh, look at at that. Look what's happening when you open up your heart chakra. You got the door to romance, love. Love, Saggy, love. Okay, now let's go to the tarot. It's the erotic energy of the feminine. It's almost like the feminine part of you, the very nurturing, caring, yin energy. It's feeling very stimulated, erotic. But the mind, right? Because I'm getting this mind with the engineer. Maybe something is stimulating your mind and that also turns you on. Yeah, there's nothing worse than someone who's really attractive and then they open their mouth. Oh. I mean, they don't even have to be really well spoken, but there's just nothing there. Oh, okay. So I feel like like you're not the kind of person that is attracted to just someone who you would describe as handsome or beautiful, but there's nothing going on upstairs. There's something here that's opening up your heart and your crown chakra, and it's going to give you a lot of possibilities here. I can't believe it. So the first card that I pull out is supposed to be, what have you been working on? The Hermit. So yeah, we're right on track. You got like double Hermit. Double Hermit. And then you have, what have you been healing? The Two of Swords. Being indecisive, being unable to make some sort of choice about something. This is what you're healing. What is starting to blossom for you? Yeah, baby. You got the King of Cups. I love this guy. He looks so cool. He's just flowing, man. He's easy, breezy, peasy. Really in his power. The guy's like all about love and emotion. Wow, right? And that's what's going on with you with this Hermit. That's what's starting to blossom. You can see it. It's so uncanny how this is playing out for you. I love it. All right. What will you finish working on? The Ace of Wands. I'm not surprised. I'm getting that with highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Your passion, your desires really coming in here. You know, I feel you have a very strong interconnected energy source between, I want to say, your base chakra, your heart chakra, and your crown chakra. It's a little bit like your crotch, your heart, and your mind. If all three of those line up, you're on fire. And that's what's going on here. It's like all three of those lining up with the eroticism, the mind, and the heart. So what will be healed? The Page of Pentacles. This is definitely an inner child energy. Your inner child will be healed. You're healing your inner child. You're going deep. Oh my God, guys. Yeah. It came out really profoundly in the extended last week. I mean, I wouldn't bring it up if it wasn't really profound. And wow, look what you're doing. This is beautiful, because I think about that. At one point, it was a little intimidating. Your energy was a little intimidating. And it's like looking inside at maybe what has caused you to be defensive or feeling like you need to control something. And I feel like there's often a need to control something or a wanting to control because whatever the topic is, whatever it is that triggers you, it's caused pain in the past. So you're trying to protect yourself, right? By trying to control something here. But look at you. What would be healed is your inner child. Your inquisitive mind. You're opening it again. Right? You're opening it again. What will be ready to harvest? Look, Eight of Wands. Movement. Communication. Mega mojo. Call that my mega mojo. The wands have been all about mojo lately. That's a mega mojo. And look at all the possibilities. There's 8 wands. There's 8 doors. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not counting the window at the top of the other door. There's 8 doors in that picture. And there's 8 wands here. All of the possibilities. Open road ahead of you. Which might seem hard to believe. With all of this. Like, that seems hard to believe, right? That there could be an open road ahead of you. The cards, I think, are telling us that. The double hermit is pretty heavy energy. Oh, you got the well. This goes beyond the world. This is creating your own potion to... I like that too. Creating your own potion in life. Your own mysticism. Your own endorphins. To stimulate the creation of the world that you want for yourself. What I really like is that the King of Swords is in reverse behind that. And I'm only saying that because it was a very prominent energy that came through last week for you. Let's look at this a little more deeply, shall we? You've been working on a hermit. I haven't been, I have to say, I've not been using clarifiers the last couple of readings because I didn't feel like I needed to. And I wanted to keep the message pretty, like, simple because it seemed like it came in so clear, but there's things here that are hidden. And I think any other reader would sense that too, with 2 hermit cards. The 2 of Swords. And feeling like your power, you have to surrender to the divine. Because your power is so, you leave me no choice, Sag. But to dig a little bit further. No choice but to dig a little bit further. I have to laugh at the engineer card because I finally finished putting all the Christmas lights outside. Well, all that I'm going to put out there. And every time I do it, it always feels like an exercise in electrical engineering. So when you get there, let me know. You can come and tell me if there's a simpler way to do my Christmas lights. All right, let's look at this. I'm not so much concerned about the King of Cups. See, that's very open. See, that's open. Which is funny, because the King of Cups is usually not showing emotion, but I want to say really coming into connection with your emotions. You are really coming into connection with emotions in a very beautiful way. That's really starting to blossom here. Wow. Holy jeez. This is coming through very, very strong. Now, Sag. Let's do the King of Cups, shall we? I don't know if there's any other romantic cards left, though. Yeah, not really. Okay, so your hermit energy here. Okay, this is what you've been working on. So what is it really? Because it's the hermit. It's going within. It's self-reflection. It's a huge contraction. Oh, geez. It also reminds me of a little bit like Aries was pulled away from community and whatnot. And I'm only bringing it up again. One person gets upset if I mention another sign. But I'm not telling you to go to that sign, although I did for Pisces. Anyways, I feel this like, it was one point in the Aries reading I said, like, you know, even if you go to work, you just kind of like, you go in and you're quiet and you sit at your desk and you do your thing and you try to avoid any outside communication or socializing with other people because you are so focused on what it is that you need to do right now, right? What's going on internally. You don't really want to share any of that. So I wanted to bring that up because it's hard for people to really go into the full-on hermit. Most of us have things that we have to deal with in life. So even just on a social level, not wanting to participate necessarily too much in those things. So what you got here with the Hermit, because this is what we're trying to dig into. It's hard for us to know what's going on in there. You have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Empress, and you have the Two of Cups. It's very, very interesting that you have two twos on either side of the Empress. I'm only going to say it because you've got this Door of Romance card, and then you also have the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. So it's a little romantic. Looking in here, I want to say that you're trying to decide if you had a partner. What is your Two of Cups? Really, what is it? What would it be? How would that fit into your life? How would it make you feel? How would it fit into your life and how would it make you feel? And with two twos on either side of an Empress, you may even have two choices that you're trying to figure out about. You really might. With two Hermit cards and two twos on either side of an Empress. And then the Two of Swords, right? So this is what you've been healing, the indecision. Working through the indecision. Again, I feel like perhaps you have two people that you're choosing from, or two possibilities in life. Maybe you're thinking about moving. You just want to up your life and move somewhere else. And thinking to yourself, well, what are the kind of people that live in this part of the country? Or what are the kind of people that live in that part of the country? I'm hoping to one day find someone that is like a partner for me, my soulmate. You have the Knight of Cups, then you have the Page of Swords, and the Lovers. The indecision that's sitting here, I feel like is whether to move forward or not. Whether to move forward, you're sort of watching. You may be watching one of these people. Maybe you had two people to choose from. And now, but it feels like you don't have a lot of control for whatever reason in the situation. It feels like you do not have a lot of control. You feel like you don't have a lot of control in this situation. Maybe that's why you have the Page of Swords here. You're watching, you're waiting, you're learning. The King of Cups, right? We decided to pull something out on this guy. What is starting to blossom? A lot of feelings and emotions, a lot of very deep feelings and emotions. And I'm feeling like you really coming into recognition of those feelings and emotions. Perhaps if you do have two people you're trying to decide from, or two directions to go in life that may eventually lead you to a partnership that would be ideal for you, that coming to terms with your own emotions is helping you go through, move past the indecision. It's your deep feelings and emotions, that's where your answer really is. And you have the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. An energy that makes you happy. An energy that you can come back to and celebrate. A new beginning, something that's real with the Ace of Pentacles. You want this to really show up in your life. And you want there to be balance, equal give and take. That's what this means to you. That's what it represents. It's a beautiful representation. You want it to be real and tangible. Perhaps if you've just been texting people or online dating, no, I want like somebody real, somebody in my environment that I can connect with. That there can be an equal give and take here. This part, you see this part, your future is much more open. It's so much, I don't even have to pull a clarifier for it. Because what will you finish working on is this Ace of Wands. I really feel like getting your mojo, getting your confidence back to go. Like this is your spark. This is your energy, Sag. Getting your energy back. You'll finish working on that. This Hermit is very healing for you. It feels a little bit like it's a forced Hermit. And you've really like just, if this is how it's going to be, this is where I'm going with it. And really pulled that in by doing the double Hermit. And using this now, okay, find the universe. And finding little tiny things in the corners of your soul here that are your inner child. kind of figuring out, like, you know, to heal this. How do I react the way I do to certain circumstances or situations? How far back has this pattern existed in my life? Did it start when I was a very young child? And was it created at a point in my life where I had very little perspective because I was so small and very little experience? Is that the right approach now for me to take? Because that's kind of like what healing the inner child is, right? Like, we talk about that so much. We don't really go into more depth about it. There's a lot of different ways that this can be done. But that's a big part of it, is the inner child is reactive in a certain way. I think they say, like, by the time we're 4, we've kind of figured out the way that we will respond to certain situations and stresses in life. And that served us well as a little kid. And then we just keep perpetuating that on more, possibly even extreme levels as we get older. So becoming very self-aware. And then this gives you your harvest, your 8 of Wands. The movement, that's huge. Coming out of a double hermit into movement is very, very big. Right? And you got the 8 Wands into the 8 doors of adjacent possibilities. I am a little curious. I'm going to go into, I find it very intriguing, your engineer mind and your femme fatale. Two very unique sides of you. The engineer. No, I'm using a different deck. Okay, I'm using a different deck. It's funny, it all started. I'm like, no, using a different deck. Okay. The engineer, specifically about this engineer, your talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Temperance. It's you in your finest form, baby. There you are. There's your energy, temperance. Really, like, it's almost as if your mind has been clouded by murky emotions. Your mind is clouded by murky emotions, and you're going to resolve this. And have a very clear thinking process. Yeah. Your mind is clouded by deep, deep emotions right now. And you're going to be clearing this murkiness. And this is going to allow you to actually create resolutions to your problems. All your problems. Not all your problems. Well, maybe all your problems. That would be good. Let's look at the femme fatale. The femme fatale highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. I do want to say either you're used to being dependent on someone or you're used to someone being dependent on you. And you might be struggling with this concept. This might be part of what healing your inner child is here. Like, maybe this has something to do with how you were raised. Whether you're masculine or feminine, maybe you see the masculine energy needs to be the one that is depended upon. Whether that's financial or having all the answers or leading the home and paying the bills, and, you know, all that stuff. And the feminine energy is supposed to be nurturing and providing the sustenance, the flavors of life and tidying up and being like, I feel like there's something here about dependency, but it's not the dependency that's rejected, right? I found that is something coming out in the readings quite a bit lately, is love. Like, love at the end of the day is love, but are we confining it so much with what society expects and is trying to teach us? I don't even think society is trying to teach us, to be honest, what love is. I think we're all just kind of mucking through life and experiencing it through adults when we're children, and then we kind of take these concepts through our life without really thinking much about, well, why am I doing it this way? Or why is it being done that way? Oh, this is causing me to react like this, or this, or this. Or, you know, like it's It's quite a profound exercise that you are going through internally here. So with the femme fatale, you have the Two of Wands, the Sun, the Magician, and the Six of Swords. It does, you know what? I feel like you are. I feel like you're pushing the boundaries of what you have learned as a child in terms of relationships, healthy relationships, unhealthy relationships. What dependency is or isn't, or should or shouldn't be, or if it should be present in this situation or not. Rediscovering what your wish fulfillment is and manifesting it and taking yourself there. Yeah, to all your adjacent possibilities. The Seven of Cups. Interesting. I said it feels like things are murky. Like you have a lot of murky emotions that you're working through right now. But you're going to be alchemizing them and coming out on the other end in your full power and strength and energy. And this is going to give you a very clear mind to move forward and a new understanding, I think, in terms of where you fit and what your wish fulfillment would really be. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Cool reading, Sag. Thank you. I'm going to go do the extended and see what the energy is that sits between your current and your future. That is a very dramatic change, so that will be interesting. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.